It's Sunday morning, just before 9 o'clock. Hi everyone. This is our last day, our last morning. The boat has to be taken back to the marina. I can't really do a summing up now of what we've experienced this week. I need to consider that and chat to you separately. But we've had a fantastic time. I'm Alan. I own a 45-foot narrowboat, have an interest in industrial heritage, transport and technology, and invite you to join me as I cruise, repair and maintain my boat and visit events and places of historic interest. We've had a wonderful week. We've been so lucky with the weather, apart from yesterday when we've had the rain. It's been raining this morning as well. We've had a fantastic time. We both want to thank you for watching. We hope you've enjoyed what you've seen. I think it's going to be one of my better cruising series to come to the Lancaster Canal. I'm so grateful to Sally for arranging this. It's been absolutely fantastic. We are going to visit the abandoned Tewitfield Locks today after we've handed the boat over. This is the last bridge we'll be going under on the Lancaster Canal. We've been asked to moor at this jetty so the owners can take the boat back into the marina, as we're not allowed to. We had thought about mooring here last night, but decided against it.
Are you just going to tie it on the centre rope? Only? I think, yeah.
I think we thought someone would be here to meet us. We're due at 9 o'clock, it's 20 past 9 now. Sally's gone to see if she can find someone. Very miserable day today. Cloudy. Sally's coming back now. Did you see anyone?
No, the marina's still asleep. It's Sunday morning.
Just behind us is the Ocean Fish and Chip restaurant. We're going back into the marina as passengers on this occasion, which marks the end of this wonderful cruise, and I thank Sally so much for it. Thank you, my sweetheart.
If we ever want to sell the business, they want first refusal.
Well, this is the real end of the holiday. Just take one more walk through the boat. Looks like someone's going to get left behind here. Reggie is always sleeping, all the time. It's all he ever does, isn't it, boy? It's been a lovely boat to hire. We've had no problems with it at all. Very easy to steer. Reverses well, which my boat doesn't. Had great fun. It's really been good. Really good. Definitely I would do it again. There's a lot to see on the Lancaster Canal. One more look at the bathroom. So that's it for now. These are 3 of the 4 fleet boats that Crabtree have. Sally and I would have no hesitation in recommending them if you're looking to hire on the Lancaster Canal. From the very first point of contact right up until now, all has been perfect. We're here at the end of the Lancaster Canal at Tewitfield. We're just about to go and have a look at the old lock system. They are disused, but we've not been to look yet, so it'll be interesting to see what we find. The actual end of the canal is just here right behind me. So here I am by the M6 Motorway. You can see how close it is to the canal. So this is the start of the locks. Just in the distance there you can see the lower lock. Looking in a southerly direction, we can see the end of the Lancaster Canal and the M6 Motorway. As it's Sunday, it's not as busy as usual, but it's still very noisy, as you'll notice when we walk up to the locks. The 8 Tewitfield Locks originally lifted the canal 75 feet over a distance of 3/4 of a mile. These being the only locks on the 57-mile main line, which opened when the canal was extended to Kendal in 1819. The locks were officially closed in 1968 when the M6 motorway was constructed, but had already been disused for several years due to a lack of boat traffic and high maintenance costs. The section beyond Tewitfield is now known as the Northern Reaches and was retained to link the feeder from Killington Reservoir to the navigable canal, but at a much lower, unnavigable level with weirs. I'm just walking up to Bottom Lock now. Let's just take a look back. Just going up to the second lock now. Looks quite an impressive waterfall from the distance. Just going up to the third lock up. I think that will be it for today. Once you've seen one or two dismantled locks, disused locks, say what you will, then they're all going to be pretty much the same. Behind me is a disused bywash, which would have allowed any excess water that was heading for the lock to bypass the lock and not keep filling it. So the water would have run around the side of the lock and come out beneath the lower gates. The one behind me is clearly overgrown, but you can just see it. The other interesting thing to note is that most bywashes seem to be open. You can actually see water running through the channel alongside the lock. But you can't here. It seems to run underground. Looking at this old Ordnance Survey map, we can see locks 7 and 8 have open bywash channels to their side, but the lock 6 bywash is culverted underground. I've reviewed several old maps which are not particularly clear, but from what I can tell, locks 4, 5 and 6 have culverted bywashes. This is the northern end of the canal, where it's been truncated by the motorway. The closed ends either side of the motorway can be seen here. It is hoped at some time in the future to restore navigation from Tewitfield to Kendal. The lock chambers are in good condition and the spillways are regularly cleared by working parties. New gates and paddle gear are needed to make them operable. Restoration will, though, involve considerable infrastructure costs, including the need for a tunnel under the motorway and several new bridges. Now that I've stopped filming, the sun has come out. That's the sort of luck you have with photography. It's dull, 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 and then when you've decided you've had enough and taken what you want, the sun comes out. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this look at Tewitfield Locks. There are 8 locks here in all. None of the locks are navigable, of course. The gates are missing and so forth. North of the locks, on the other side of the motorway, I believe the canal is in water for short lengths and is suitable for canoes, kayaks or small boats. We're not going up there today though. Perhaps we will on another occasion. So all that remains for me to say is many thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this look at Tewitfield Locks. Bye everyone, take care. We didn't get the opportunity to do an end piece when we dropped the boat back to the marina. We just wanted to let you know how much we enjoyed our cruise. It was really fantastic. The weather was glorious. 6 days out of 7 the sun shone, which was really nice for us.
We were really lucky, weren't we?
Very lucky indeed. and we just thought we'd go over some of the highlights of the journey for us. I particularly liked, and we both wanted to visit Carnforth railway station where Brief Encounter was filmed. I think that was pretty much a highlight.
Yeah.
Although a lot of the filming was done in the studio with regard to the refreshment room, it was based on what we showed you in the video. The actual counter and the setup there was very realistic. I also liked visiting the Lancashire Police Museum. I kept calling it the Prison Museum because it's actually in a prison, but I enjoyed that. I think you did too, didn't you?
Yeah, it's a pity they didn't keep you in though.
Well, you were the one they let out, not me.
Did your mugshot anyway.
And I also wanted to say something about the swing bridge, because we did chat about the difficulties a sole boater has. But a couple of viewers pointed out to me that this swing bridge is rather different in that there is a chain attached to it. And the idea is that when the sole boater arrives at the swing bridge, having unchained it from the other end so it will swing, they give it a big shove. They stay on the towpath side and give it a big shove, and it will open because it is fairly light in its movement. Once it's opened, they take their boat through, and what we hadn't appreciated is that there is a chain connected to the bridge, and the idea is that using the chain you can pull the bridge back and close it, and once it's closed you can carry on. Now we weren't aware of that, but when we came through coming back we actually spotted the chain. I wasn't really clear about that. The end that you actually pull to bring the bridge back, we didn't really see that, did we? We just saw a chain dangling down into the water. But that's how it's done, and I suppose if you're local on that canal you would know that's what's to be done. We also enjoyed going into Garstang, and we found that a very pleasant town, and we enjoyed our chips. Was it salt and pepper chips we had in the old tithe barn?
I'll walk around. We
Yeah,
went to that nice haberdashery shop.
We did, yes. We bought some buttons, didn't we?
Oh,
I popped a button on my shorts that we needed to repair.
All of chips. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I could have. I could have bought all sorts in there.
But you were meant to sew the button on, but in the end it didn't get done, and I did it myself when I got back.
Very clever. Very good.
But anyway, that's really just what we wanted to say. We had a fabulous time. We can certainly recommend a trip to the Lancaster Canal. I know it's a bit tricky if you're taking your own boat. There have recently been difficulties with the sea lock on the Ribble Link. And after we were there was also a breach of the canal, which they're presently working on to sort out. I'm not going to go into any details about that, but I know it is very difficult, or has been difficult, for boaters that were on the canal at the time of the breach. I certainly know of someone who had to have their boat lifted out at a marina, put on a lorry and transported to another marina to get back. But it's certainly well worth making the effort to get onto the Lancaster Canal, whether on a hire boat or on your own boat.
And we would recommend.
We would definitely recommend Crabtree. They've got a fleet of 4 boats. We obviously only used one of those boats. It was, it's not a word I use often, but I think we can use it. It was spotless. When I walked onto that boat, I was really, really impressed with it. We couldn't fault it, could we? Had no problems with it at all. It moved well, it reversed well, which my boat doesn't, so we're very pleased with that.
Yeah, I would do it again.
Yeah, we would definitely go there again. Whether we will is a different matter, but it is somewhere we would visit. I think one of the things I liked about the Lanky was that there are towns along it. You can cruise, you can stop somewhere, you can go and have a mooch around, get back on your boat, stop over a night or two, whatever you want to do. Along its length there are various places that you can visit. We also went to Gowgate where we had lunch. it was very busy there. There were roadworks going on, so it wasn't perhaps the best visit, or the best time to visit, I should say, but it was nevertheless enjoyable. So all that remains for us to do and say is to thank you all for watching. We do hope you've enjoyed every episode that you've seen. Not only did we have a great time, we had fun, or I had fun editing. When you edit, you sort of relive the experience and it comes back to you. And I really enjoyed that very much. And once again, a very, very big thank you to Sally for making it happen. It wouldn't have happened without her. It was my 70th birthday present.
Yeah,
And
just don't be 70 again.
I have asked for the same next year, but we'll see what happens.
No, you have to
but,
wait till you're 80.
Oh, 80. I can't wait.
Next big birthday.
75. Mind you, Sally will have a 70th coming up in some years' time, so you never know.
3 years, you could save up.
I could save up, yeah. That's it for now, folks. Look after yourselves, your friends and families. Take the utmost care in whatever you're doing. I can tell you, I don't think we've mentioned this before, but there is another cruising series coming, this time on the Ashby Canal. So please do look out for that. The editing has started on that, and I will be publishing fairly shortly the first episode. So please, as I say, look out for that one. Meanwhile, take care. Bye for now.
Bye.
Take care, everyone. Bye.